Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Code. So in our last video we have seen the entity class and now we are going to see the data context class. So I am opening my same project. So we have seen this in the last video. So as I said, entity class is nothing but the class representation of your database table. Now we are going to make a class representation of your entire database that we call data context class. So I'll have again right click on the project, new class, and here I'll name this class as data context. I'll add this, and I have something copied on my this one. I'll just bring that. So it has to be derived from this. I'll explain you in a while. Okay, that's what I wanted to bring. So my context class has to be derived from DB context. This DB context is the Microsoft.NET Entity Framework core class that is having so many methods that helps us in connecting with the database. So here is one more thing comes into picture, concept of installing package into .NET, because .NET framework is very vast. So not every classes, not every library is given you in the beginning itself. So it's on demand. Whatever you want, you can use. So it says DB context is something it is not able to recognize. If I do right click on this, what I do quick actions and refactoring. Then it is telling me install package entity framework core. So what I can do this installation right from here, or I can install it through package manager. So let me just do it through package manager. So I'll just type entity framework core NuGet. So I'll go to this. I'll copy the link of this one also, and I'll copy this. Now I have to go tools, then NuGet package manager and package manager console. Here I'll just clear first of all, and I'll copy this. I'll remove this, and I'll mostly remove the version also. By default it takes the latest version, and since I have just one project and that is selected by default, so my command is I had gone to tools, package manager, NuGet package manager and package manager console, install package Microsoft.Entity Framework core. So with this desired classes or desired package, basically it's not a single class, it's a collection of classes. That's the reason it is called package. So desired package will be installed. So I'm done with that. Now let me see, still because the package is installed, but it says import it on the top. So we have imported. So our data context class is first of all inheriting from the DB context. Now there is one more method I have copied, that is overridden, that is I am overriding. This method's name is onConfiguring. So onConfiguring is, this means if it is being overridden, no, this means it is defined over here as a virtual method. And here, as per our database connection, since we are going to use SQL Server, somebody use Oracle, no, for different thing they use different kind of concept. So it is made in such a way that you can override it over here. So that's what we are doing it. Very first thing, I am writing connection string. I am telling where is my database server name, what is the database name, what is the user ID, what is the password. So this way I am giving it completely. And then there is one option builder that comes from this, and here there is one more thing causing problem, use SQL Server. So I don't remember what is the NuGet package manager. So as always I'll go here, I'll say NuGet. So now you all know how to do this. I'm making a copy of this, and I'm already on my package manager. I'll just remove this NuGet, and I'll remove this version, but by default it will take the latest. So we are all set. All our errors are gone. We have been able to create data context class. Just one more thing, I need to expose my database table. So right now we have just one table in our database, so I am just exposing my entity class. So public virtual DB set and list of basically contact, and I am naming this property as contacts. I am all set with my data context class. In the next video we will see how using our entity class and data context class we can start retrieving the data from the database, or we can start doing the database manipulation through the entity class and data context class. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. And yes, if you have still not subscribed to Let's Code, please do that, because such amazing content you will not get it anywhere else. Thank you so much, guys.